I'm Dr. Gail Dubinsky, orthopedic medicine physician and certified Kundalini yoga instructor. Today's Kundalini Core Pearl, butt and back body, is one of those not as pleasant or pleasurable exercises, but a classic in both the Hatha yoga repertoire and Kundalini as well. And that is Locust Pose or Salabhasana. So this is strenuous. It is basically just an isometric hold of a position. And how we modify is that how much we lift. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate. This is a tutorial you will be watching. You can do it with me, but on your own, because it's basically just something we do for time. Okay? So the technique is you're going to be lying on your stomach, and you're going to have your hands in fists in your right below your groins, or in the groins, whatever's comfortable. It's right where the leg meets the body, right there or slightly below. All right, your chin is on the ground or very slightly off it. But your neck is tucked a little bit, so you're not like this. You're just, your chin is lightly on the ground. Feet are together. The pose is simply this. And your arms are on the ground, by the way. You just lift up the legs. Legs are together. Whatever part of your legs is together. We all have different alignments. Sometimes our knees don't touch, sometimes our ankles won't touch. But whatever part of your legs and feet can be together, have them together. And you're just going to stretch back, keeping the legs as straight as possible. And you also, in this position, as impossible as it may seem, you want to be trying to lift your navel point up toward the spine to give some counterbalance to the tendency to want to extend the back, because this is a back extension in a way. So you're stabilizing that as much as you can while you are lifting your legs as high as they will go and holding them there and breathing and breathing. So that's it. Basically, you will set a timer, and just like wall squats or anything else we do that's sort of for strenuous for time, you just set a time. So you might want to start with 30 seconds and then progress maybe to a minute. Long, deep breathing. So that's it. Locust pose. When you come out, you might want to really take a nice stretch, like a kind of a butt in the air child's pose. And then transition to the full child's pose. I love to wrap my arms behind like this. But you can just put a pillow between your heels and your knees, and you can stretch your arms out. Another thing to do after, before, or any time is to do simply what is known as crocodile pose. This isn't exactly a strengthener at all. It's basically to get your awareness into the back body ribs. So what you're doing is you have your chest a little bit off the ground and you have your forehead on your hands. So there's a little bit of a lift. Feet are together or hip width apart. It doesn't really matter for this. And all you're doing here, and this is actually a great counter pose to locust, so that's why we're doing it now, is to go ahead and take long, slow, deep breaths into your belly, which is of course lying against the floor. So what's that going to do? The breath has nowhere to go but out to the side and up into your back. So this is an exercise to expand the back diaphragm, the back floating ribs. And so you're just going to be deep breathing and see if you can see If you're not quite sure where those back ribs are, you can put like a 5 or even 10-pound bag of beans or rice right across your lower rib cage, and then you will definitely feel where the movement is. And then one last little way to open up the back body, especially after doing a strenuous pose like Locust Pose, is to bend the legs up about 90 degrees, keeping your rib cage flat on the ground. Just let the legs go from side to side, and the side of the hip will come up a little bit, the side of the waist will come up, that lower belly will come up a little bit. But since you're keeping your ribs on the ground, this is a very nourishing, gentle twist in the low back. Inhaling up and exhaling to the side. About 3 to 5 times to each direction is good. Okay. So that is a real strengthener, energy, blast to the kidney, adrenal area. Satnam.
I hope you enjoyed this video and that practice helps reduce pain and stress and enhance your well-being. Please check out my other short videos on this channel and my full-length videos at rxyoga.com. I welcome your comments, likes, feedback, and suggestions for new videos. And don't forget to subscribe. Namaste.